The major items of disallowance, I know we have distributed, I don't know if you've all received. Do you have this? And Ms. Naseti, do you want to deal with this, or do you have this?
Yes, I do have. All right, thank you, Mr. Modise. Maybe just to add also on the first question, to indicate that it has not been an easy exercise to the extent that there is some information that we would have loved to have before the decision so that we can enhance our robustness in verifying the cost that Eskom has requested, particularly on the RCA as well as the MYPD4. You will recall that even during the public hearings, Eskom has shown the energy regulator during the public hearings that there are units that did not contribute to the service, and some of those units are currently in an inoperable state. And some of the units are on cold reserve, and there are some units that are going to reach the dead stop. So we also requested Eskom then to make sure that in the RAB that it has provided to the energy regulator, that it must revise that RAB and take out values that are associated with those units. That information has not been forthcoming, and we still have not received it. And which is what also informs some of the decisions that or some of the paragraphs that we included in the decision, to say that we'll do some further prudency assessments, some audits and all of that, and also do an independent valuation of the RAB. So those are some of the things that inform these kind of decisions that we are taking today. But the other thing, particularly on the RCA, is the fact that Eskom has also maintained that its costs are made up of 70% fixed cost and then 30% variable cost. But there is no information or audited figures to support that submission. So it's one of those things, even when we take the decision that we are taking today to allow them to recover about just above 3 billion from the RCA, we still note two things. One being the assets that contributed to the service, or those that were in use in 2017-18. So that must still be checked thoroughly in terms of the audited figures. So you must also keep that in mind. But secondly, still, we know that they have already admitted that there are certain costs that are related to governance failures when it comes to procurement and coal. So that also tells you that we will still be in a position to make certain adjustments if there's a need to do so, as Eskom has also undertook to come back to the energy regulator and provide the quantification of those costs. So those were some of the things that were not forthcoming and also make it the exercise quite difficult. But in terms of the RCA, what has been disallowed, really the big adjustment, it is also on the sales revenue itself. So there's a very huge adjustment that we've made there on the sales revenue. On the primary energy costs as well, we have made some adjustments as well. And then the other adjustment that informed this decision is on the capital expenditure, the CISA, if I may put it that way. And then the last adjustment that we made relates to the 1 billion that Eskom requested the energy regulator to also consider in this decision from the McKinsey contract. I think those are the main ones that we then adjusted to arrive at the figure of 3.8 billion.